from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you're Karen Lacey. Run it back the time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle Co. It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back the time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle Co. It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back the time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle Co. It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle Co. What up, Lloyd? What up, Lloyd? You can call me him. I'm Shay Dixon in the whip with them RPMs. Gotta pull up to the chat and shit out to them. Not trying to ball like Big Folk, then get out the gym. Monday through Friday from 7 to 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back the time, Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle Co. 7 and 9. When you see that notification, we about to go live. Hit this track and do you dance like you Karen Lacey. Run it back and turn Matthew to the house, baby. It's Tingle Co. From 7 to 9. Come keep with the show. It's a new era. Let's get it, let's go. From 7 to 9. It's Tingle Co.
All right, welcome in, and good, basically afternoon at this point. Good morning. Welcome in as we are 2 days away from LSU football. The vibes are high even though we're late this morning. We appreciate you guys sticking with us, dealing with all you have to deal with. If you're in the Discord, appreciate talking to you guys this morning, getting in there, checking on us. Same for Tommy G, shooting us a text, making sure we were all right.
I'm in a real pickle.
Lloyd's phone's shot. Done. It was not a
not user error.
Mistake. Yes, it was not.
That's why I don't feel bad at all. Like,
right,
it's not my fault.
Last week was a 6:20 p.m. alarm,
which
is just a user error.
This was
mistake.
alarm set, no phone that works at all, inoperable. It might be the crack on the back.
6:20.
And maybe that part.
It might just be dead at this point.
Just done.
Have you tried turning it off, turning it back on?
I can't turn it off to turn it on.
It's
just
turn
off.
Turn it back off.
Put
It's
it
just
in
done.
ice. Yeah.
Yeah, put it in
Like,
rice.
I can't even press the power button.
Water, Christian.
I was living on the
rice.
razor's edge.
Well, because I opened it up this morning. It's his phone on my phone says it's on Do Not Disturb. So I was like, that's not a good start. Like
I'm not allowed. Like, I don't do that.
Right, and so then
How
I was
often
like,
have you ever seen me on Do Not Disturb?
Never. So I was confused, and so then I go to call him, and I'm like, well, the first one always goes to voicemail because it's D&D. So I do the second one straight to voicemail. I was like, phone's dead. Like, he is
kaput,
like done. And so then I was like, and then I called Jonathan. Is Jonathan not with you, Kinfolk?
Kinfolk is there.
Okay, I called him a few times.
His phone is a different setting than mine.
Nice.
What is it set on? GSP?
Yeah, cancer. Dead dad time.
But all in all, we finally got
That's
it
what
to
his
work.
phone looks
There
like.
you go. All in all, we finally got it to work, and here we are, as we are 2 days away from game. I knew we could not have a show this morning.
Whoa.
Because we're 2 days away from game.
Fonz. I don't. That's not a cool comment.
Oh no, he does
like
that every
it?
morning.
You
Get
don't
used
like
to
it?
it.
That's just
Good morning,
Fonz's
cum
good morning.
guzzlers. It's usually for Christian.
Well, yeah. Well, we know what Christian's doing in the morning.
Yeah.
You're doing that. He's
he's
watching the top 10.
Yeah, GSPN.
We appreciate you guys this morning. We've got a fun show, as this will be the last show for you in studio before LSU Clemson.
We hit the road today, boys.
We hit the road today, head out to South Carolina. We will do a show, digital show tomorrow. Me and Christian will be in a different place than Lloyd, so we're gonna figure out how to make it work
Christian Mingle load.
from on the road. But we will have a show going out to you guys tomorrow. Christian, you will have to be awake early in the morning tomorrow morning. But we hit the road today. Head to Clemson today. On our show, we will have a defensive back breakdown, which I know Stewie is fired up for because he loves this LSU defensive back room.
Love it.
He's had a close eye, even though he's been looking at it from afar. Still had a very close eye on a lot of the guys in this room. And you said two names this morning. Yeah, two names this morning that really stood out to you. Just drop those two names to preview it a little bit.
AJ Halsey and DJ Pickett.
Mm.
That's my favorite. That's my top two. Deshaun Spears is a close number three for me, just because the talent's there. We had Coach Caskey on last year. He would always talk about how good Deshaun Spears was. He coached him at Denham Springs. He talked about how talented he was. He just said he had to adjust to the physicality of college football, which last season you kind of saw some deficiencies in his tackling. But you could see, like, the physical attributes are there. It's just him putting it all together.
Yep.
And I feel like in year two, last year, Jake Olsen, safeties coach, like, he took a lot of time to spend with Deshaun Spears, like, just getting him better with his technique, his different coverages, like, different stuff like that. So I think this year he'll take that step and actually be, like, a leader in this room. But A.J. Halsey's the man. Like, that's the stud in the room. That's who's going to be out there making all the calls, probably, man in the secondary. And DJ Pickett's just a freak.
Pterodactyl.
Freak show.
It's unbelievable. We're going to get a deep dive into the LSU and the Clemson DB room today. And on top of that, we're going to have a nice, fun LSU Clemson preview As today's show is going to be 8 to 10 a.m. So at 9 a.m., we will have our guy, Big Will, former Clemson offensive line walk-on, and now he's a college football writer for Walk-On Red Shirts, and he's the co-host of the Walk-On Red Shirts podcast. Do what?
He went to Clemson?
He went to Clemson, played for Dabo, back in his heyday, and he keeps a close eye on the team.
They don't let him go if they get too close.
Right, and so he's going to give us some really good insight to the program that Dabo runs over there in Clemson, South Carolina. But also,
we run a nice program.
He's got a
over
really
here.
good feel for what that team, that structure. He played with Bullware, like we talked about him, the linebackers coach yesterday. So we'll get into the discussion with him, get a real good opposing preview.
We talked to a Clemson writer last night on Mic'd Up, and, I asked him straight up. I was like, how do y'all keep everybody?
Right.
And he was like, don't be surprised how Clemson spends their NIL money. It's not like they don't have it or spend it.
They just spend it on their players.
Yeah, on the people that have been here and done it before.
Yeah. And no,
it's
we're
like, you got baptized by Dabo. He'll keep you in the church.
We'll get a first person.
And if you want to be a writer for him,
point of view,
go ahead and do that.
Yeah, we'll be a first person point of view from first hand from William Cockerill as he joins us today to talk LSU Clemson and preview just a big time matchup. He's fired up. He texted me last night after I got the interview set up, and he said, I cannot wait to talk about this game. Yeah. And I said, no, I'm with you. He said, it's exciting, where everybody's fired up. And he even quote tweeted this morning, he said, can't wait to talk about the game, even if it's with an LSU crew. So excited to have him on.
The other one didn't have no salt to him. He was very bipartisan. Okay, good.
He's fun. This is going to be a fun, nice little discussion between us and him getting ready for this game.
Gooned on.
Possible debate.
Possibly. He's very high on their linebacker room, very high on their wide receiver
I bet he
room.
loves Bullware.
Of course, that's his guy. Play together.
Another, I hate to say it, another white linebacker that wears number 47, Sammy Brown. He was the number one linebacker in the country.
He's a stud.
Kid's a player.
He can plate.
He's a stud.
But I'm just saying, like, it might be like a little.
Until you play the Citadel.
I think that's like a Clemson pipeline. Like, they have to have like a
both of their
white linebacker that wears a cowboy collar.
Both of their linebackers are
for every time I've ever seen them.
And they always have like one white safety, like just a random.
And one white skill player.
Yeah.
Number 22.
He's a player.
I think Cole Turner's his name.
He tried to throw a pass.
No, they've got,
and they have
some Caucasity to their team.
AJ Terrell's younger brother is their
Avion,
top corner.
We'll dive into.
He doesn't classify for this conversation.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying.
But
and Dabo's son's still out there somewhere.
Yeah, he is.
Sweeney. That's my son right there.
Yeah,
put him on kick.
Yeah.
Wait, doesn't Brent Venables' son?
His son is a safety for Clemson.
See, this shit.
No, I'm telling you, when you really,
telling you,
we look at A&M and we think, wow, that's a Colt. I walk in the room and said, definitely a Colt.
An ACC Colt.
Clemson,
there's two.
Not too far away.
Very, very
smells
close.
like a Colt. Looks like a Colt.
Might be a Colt.
Might be a Colt.
Fixed Cracker Barrel.
Where's the barrel?
I'm just ready to see Dabo run.
Where's
down
the
hill.
cracker?
Yeah, no, I'm ready to see Dabo run down that hill.
And light him on fire on a wheelchair, and he'll still do it.
Hate watch it. But appreciate you guys hanging out, sticking with us as we dealt with our issues this morning. Got here locked and loaded, ready to go 8 to 10 a.m. All of our sponsors for taking care of us. AJ Sports Cards there on Drusilla Lane. CAS Roofing and Advising, our guy Pierce Patterson, who will be hitting the road with us as well. Gabe Patterson, who also will be on the trip from All About Inflatables. Tommy G, our guy, Wardo's Go Mart, best in the biz out there in Natchez, Mississippi. Our friends over at Trifecta and the fun event they have going on this Saturday. We'll make sure to give you some details on that if you want to have be in real good physical condition for the game on Saturday night. You're going to want to run by Recess, the event that Trifecta is partnering up on this Saturday morning. But the headlines for this morning, obviously 2 days away from LSU Clemson under the lights in Death Valley Junior. And fellas, I tell you one thing, I cannot wait.
Not only that, college football starts today.
It's just a hell of a day for Saturday is like football.
This is the hors d'oeuvre.
This is for the real addicts. Like, if you ain't watching Saturday, you ain't really in these streets.
If you ain't watching today,
well, yeah, but like I'm saying for like the real college football fans that love like these big games, If you ain't watching Saturday, you don't have that spoon in that. The spoon in the lighter ain't for you, bro.
Boise State and
Give it
USF at 4:30 today.
Wait till
Boise State,
Sunday.
USF?
It'll be
Ooh.
on.
Might have to put a little
See what
currency out there.
ULM versus St. Francis on ESPN Plus
Tonight?
at 6 p.m.
ULM?
ULM.
Oh, ULM.
Yeah,
Okay.
UL Monroe.
Okay.
Oklahoma State, UT Martin,
Warhawks.
Minnesota, Buffalo. Just going through a couple of games. Oh, Stony Brook and San Diego State. You got a day full of games. Ohio and Rutgers.
Stony Brook versus Where's that game at?
Looks
one's in
like
New-
it's at San Diego State.
I feel naked without my phone. I
I was
can't
about to
look
say,
up
'cause-
my gambling app. I'm just over here spoon
No
and lighter.
lines.
Because Stony Brook is in New York, right? And San Diego State, obviously, in
Right.
California.
Somebody's making a trip.
Cross-country trip.
Somebody's making
I'd
a
probably
trip.
go San Diego State here. I'm just saying. You know.
Whoever the home
Weather?
team is. But Boise State, USF. That's an exciting game number 1 at 4:30. Get you ready for on ESPN. Get you ready for the weekend as football week 1 has arriven. However you want to say it, it's here.
South
and we're
Florida,
fired
Boise
up.
State. There's a quarterback at South Florida that should make you nervous if you're a Boise State better.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Who's this?
He's on the freaks list.
They play Alabama this year too, do they not?
Oh, they
USF?
gave Bama fits last year.
Yeah.
They gave Ty Simpson fit.
Milroe turned the ball over like 4 times. No, I'm talking about Bama played at USF in 2023, and then last season USF played at Alabama, like week 2 or week 3, and they gave Bama fits. Like,
Oh
was in
no,
the camera
USF
break.
plays. They don't play
Milroe-
Alabama this year. They play Florida.
yeah,
Next
Milroe
weekend.
turned the ball over like 3 times in the first half.
Yeah. No, I remember
Fumbled
that.
the
That's
snap.
when Ty Simpson played in
Well,
both
that
those
was
games.
That
I know
was at
he's.
USF.
I know he started that game,
Yeah.
and that's when they were like, "No, it's actually Milroe."
Yeah.
It was like raining, it was like raining.
Yeah,
sideways.
you remember the camera that
yeah.
they had was in the press box.
Yeah, and it
that
was
they
like,
just had it sitting outside
Right.
the window.
It was like all 22 games.
Like a
but we
GoPro.
had to watch it because like Bama's losing.
yeah.
So South Florida has Florida
Byron Brown.
and Miami back-to-back weekends after Boise State.
They don't run from anybody, coach.
They're going Boise State, Florida, Miami,
Trying to get in the playoff.
back-to-back.
They could, or
Like they
Boy-
get a couple wins, 2 wins. Like they beat Boise, and they upset
And they-
like a Florida. Or
yeah.
They might get in,
the
win the conference. That's all. Like
Yeah, if
they
you win your
do that and
conference,
win that conference.
You steal 1 or 2 of those 3 games,
the American Conference.
you're in a crazy spot.
Those smaller conferences got me confused now, just because of realignments.
I'm with you.
It's a lot going on here. Like there's no more Pac-12, right? Stanford's in the ACC. That throws me all the way off. And like Arizona State's in the Big 12, but they used to be Pac-12. And
The
yeah.
Pac-12 was set up the correct way,
Yes.
and now everybody's anywhere. But
Yeah.
I'd just say this to say, if you're going to tune in tonight for South Florida, Boise State, just watch Byron Brown. Made the freaks list, 6'3", 240. Runs a 4.4. Jump 40 inches.
It's a nice
Yeah, I mean he's a freak. That's why he's on the freaks
he's
list.
on the freak list. But I'm saying, like, don't let your first parlay get spoiled by Byron
well,
Brown.
I mean, like Christian,
South Florida-
Christian's on the freak list, and
South Florida
not for the right reason.
plus 5.5. USF plus 5.5.
I'm not scared of it.
I'm taking LSU plus four Saturday. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it is what it is.
Don't know.
Fight
South
me.
Florida has one of the best Barstool pages on Twitter.
Oh yeah,
Mm,
That is a fun.
You got an
Twitter
entertaining
page.
one?
Yeah.
that's
you would
nice.
know.
Go
Good.
Bulls.
You would
How do you
know.
spell it? GOONUSF.
Gunnus. Goonufs. What?
All eyes will be on the Tigers this weekend.
Yes.
NFL Scout Watch, Pete Thamel put it out. Number 1, Texas at number 3, Ohio State,
Hamill.
which will have both game day and big noon kickoff at their game. 31 scouts from 20 different teams with 2 NFL GMs there. Number 9, LSU at number 4, Clemson will have 35 scouts and 5 GMs. And then Notre Dame at Miami, 30 scouts, 4 GMs, which means LSU and Clemson will have the most scouts and the most GMs in attendance out of those 3 big-time games this weekend, because all eyes are on the Tigers. A whole lot of NFL talent on that football field, I tell you what. Between LSU and Clemson, you've got professional football players littered throughout.
I think it can come down to the most important position in maybe all of sports.
Yeah, everyone's going to watch maybe the first two names called in the draft in
The Saints better be there.
Garrett Nussmeier and Cade Klubnik. Well, they probably will be.
His dad's the OC.
Yeah,
My dad. You know who my dad is?
Destined.
He said I need to go back.
We do still have some sound from those LSU players from the other day. We might get into that this morning. Like we said, defensive back breakdown today. On top of that, a little update from Chad Simmons over at, I don't know what to call them, Rivals or On 3 now. It's all the same thing. Talking about one of the top players, Zion Forstall, who is now, I believe, at IMG, I think he's going to play at. But he obviously grew up an LSU fan. And they said that was his dream school. So this is Chad Simmons giving a little update as recruiting news obviously not on the top of anyone's mind. But still.
Is that the kid that transferred from Jesuit?
Let's see.
That's Zyron Williams.
Yeah, he transferred from Jesuit to
IMG.
IMG.
Yeah, he's the.
That was the edge, huh?
Number one player in the
number
country.
one player in the. Now number one player in the state of Florida. Number 2 edge rusher. Number 3 nationally on 247. On 3 probably has him even higher. So obviously a big name. And Chad Simmons says that LSU's his dream school, which we've heard many times.
Oh, God, you missed
How many
me.
times I've heard
Right.
LSU's my dream school. And then did it ever really pan
It
out?
always sounds great.
And obviously there's still some noise around Blaine Bradford because, I mean, they were making a push for Blaine Bradford to come to LSU. Into the 2 claps this morning. Did anyone see who the Saints picked up off the waiver wire yesterday?
Trey Palmer.
One Trey Palmer, former LSU legend. Obviously a part of the final years of O, transferred over to Nebraska when Kelly got here, balled out for Nebraska, ends up on the Buccaneers. And I thought, was playing well for Tampa.
Yeah.
They must think they have a squad.
They are deep at the wide receiver spot.
And they drafted a receiver.
Yeah, those 3, they've got Evans, Godwin, and what's his name from Ohio State? Ibuka? However you say it.
Ibuka?
Yeah, he's a stud.
And they got Taz Johnson from Oregon. So
Yeah, so they've got a deep room. So obviously they end up releasing Trey Palmer to the waivers, and the Saints go out and claim him, which I think is a great move by New Orleans.
do the Saints have a receiver that's not? Do the Saints have a receiver that's not like 5'10", 175
It's
pounds?
that guy they
runs a
traded for
4.3?
from the Broncos.
Like,
What's his name? Vele?
Deshaun Vele.
Vele? Yeah, he's a big body guy.
Yeah, he's worth a
That's it.
4th-round pick and
Fourth and a seventh.
a 4th and a 7th, and he's 27.
He's 27 years old, turned 28 in
all
December.
right, Mick.
Yeah,
Make the
Sean
moves.
Payton done greased him up and said,
Wheeling and dealing.
I got a pill if you got a pill.
I saw a tweet that was like, teams gotta like put the phone on mute to laugh at the Saints.
No
when they-
doubt.
When
Oh,
they
I'm
do like
sure.
trade calls or like anything for the draft, they gotta be laughing the whole. Like this is a joke. This is a skit from what's the show where they like tell you what to do in your ear? Impractical
Impractical
Jokers.
Jokers.
I guess the Impractical
Hey,
Jokers.
hey,
skit.
Mick, throw a 4th rounder in there for the 7th round pick. Send him a 4th rounder. For
Actually, you know what,
the
Mick?
27-year-old rookie.
Send him a first. Like, all right,
I
bro.
bet they'll bite.
No. At 40, at pick 40,
Tyler
Mason
Shaw.
Taylor. No.
Tyler Shaw.
Will Johnson. No, pass. Tyler Shaw. Go get him.
He's there.
And what's even funnier, draft him. Start Rattler, who's already on your team. You got him in the 5th round last year.
Like
It's it's unbelievable. What happened to the
jokes, right?
The franchise that I loved.
Isaiah Foskey. Does he?
Oh my god!
I don't think he's
don't get me started.
Him and Peyton Turner. I don't think Peyton Turner has recorded
Marcus
a sack
Davenport.
since he's been since he left the Saints.
Trevor Penning.
Hey, and
It
the
gets
one
worse.
edge rusher you did hit on,
You let him walk.
Trey Hendrickson. Guess what he's doing? He's an All-Pro, leading the league in sacks somewhere else.
We appreciate
Lord have
that.
mercy. What happened to the franchise that I loved?
We
man?
appreciate you, mate.
I watched.
left.
I watched a video today of Drew talking to, I think it was Rich Eisen, and they talked about that 2006 Falcons game when Gleason blocked the punt and just the whole deal. And they played some of the clips from it, and you could hear it's like God. I mean, the fans are different, and they just are getting screwed over by the front office. It really is upsetting.
That's a good question, Brandon Hollingsworth.
What do you ask?
How much do you think Frank is regretting taking JT Lindsay over James Simon? I don't know if it's like regret. I mean, the JT Lindsay situation is bad, but was he not contributing during camp? Like,
No, I mean I think Lindsey.
cares?
I don't think Lindsey was going to play. Like he was going to redshirt this year regardless.
Yeah.
But it's that's a hard discussion because nobody can assume this is going to happen. It's like with the Trey Holly conversation.
Eighth
Like
most dangerous city in the world.
you can't assume that Trey Holly and JT Lindsey are going to have
hey,
these things
but
happen.
Jay's
You
up.
know?
A-Town.
A-Town be balling. You got to know when you know.
But, like, I mean, you could look at it in hindsight and be like, oh, yeah, we were.
Yeah, hindsight's
taking them
2020.
down. But, like, is John Simon going to play at Texas this year?
And on top of that, I mean, did you watch what Lindsey did at Ash all year last year? Ran through the toughest district in football.
He was all he
JT
had.
earned that offer.
And the only reason he didn't win a state championship was because he ran into the best high school football defense I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That Edna Carr, which just
Dick Anderson?
Yeah, I mean, dog walked him. But
That's from.
there's no way. I mean,
Oh, Alexandria. I like that. I've never heard that.
Hindsight is 2020.
Yeah.
And so obviously looking back, be like, well, I mean, if you would have taken Simon instead of Lindsey, you would have this, that, or the other.
It would if you took Travis Etienne instead of Cam Akers.
Right. I mean, we could go back a million times and think of all the matchups where you took this guy instead of that guy.
James Simon was playing the game. JT Lindsey was not until he was.
And so,
He'll be fine. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
and we'll see how that story continues to unfold. But right now, the running backs you need to worry about are Caden Durham, Caleb Jackson, Jawan Johnson, and then everyone's golden child, Harlem Berry, who's going to be a stud. But 2 claps for this. Fox and YouTube TV agreed to a short-term extension while they work through their new agreement, which saves a lot of lives. I know Stewie wants to give that a full round of applause, not just 2 claps.
I appreciate you. You know, like
It got treacherous
I
there.
had to get on the phone with some of my TV people and
Get a deal done.
yeah, we had to get the deal done. You know. Bet, get it done.
Moving and shaking.
Might have to put a little bit in there.
Bet.
Sweat.
Shout out to Fox and YouTube TV just for stepping up for
1
the
week.
college football fans for now. Now go ahead and get
Well,
the real
do you think
agreement
that
done.
that this is the crackerbarreldeal.com? Do you not think that they saw the public backlash of what was happening? Like, these people might not sign up for YouTube TV ever again.
Yeah, like you're going to lose your customers.
That's a PR crisis.
Yes.
Like they had PR people in that room that were like, we might be cooked, fellas. Like,
Yeah,
if
we got to
don't
get week 1 done.
Right. If we don't get this shit done, like, it's over for us. Like, this YouTube TV shit might be a joke.
Yeah, like this YouTube is already a Slytherin snake in itself. Can't play one clip of one team or one highlight from somebody playing, or else your stream will get banned.
Well, yeah, YouTube.
Can't show a fake
yeah,
weapon.
Oh, yep. You'll lose your live stream capabilities and you'll get
Wait,
demonetized.
you can't show. Oh, did you say a weapon?
We showed a
We
water
had a
gun,
Nerf gun
a Nerf
on
gun.
the stream one
But, like,
day, and
okay.
we lost our live stream capabilities
I'm
for a
so
week.
confused on that because, well, I guess like if you just post the content and not live, because there's people that do like gun reviews on.
We got to
It
stop
also
saying the
depends
G
if
word.
you're in the YouTube partner program. Like if you're not monetized, you can really kind of do whatever you want. But once you're in the partner program and you are monetized, then there's
You can't.
Do you
yeah.
need to
list
be
of
like
rules.
registered to show guns on camera?
I don't
We
know
got to
how
stop
that
saying
works.
that. I'm scared to say the
I don't
word.
even like talking
Like
about
we're,
it.
we're
The G word.
What,
Dude.
what do you call it?
Yeah, that's
You're
yes,
an
yes.
idiot. Gosh. But
A gat?
how does this happen every
Get
time?
the gat?
We're a
Every time
gooning
we
page.
have
We shoot goons.
Every time we have a late show, it always ends up haywire. But that was that. Shout out to YouTube TV and Fox getting it handled for short term. How short term do you think short term is? Just this weekend?
Yeah, it's a week-to-week deal. They signed what do you call it? Whatever. It's a franchise. Franchise.
A franchise. It's a 10-day
Yeah,
contract.
it's franchise tagged.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like
Day to day.
We've officially tagged you.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit.
Um,
All right, I guess.
Everybody's got to see Ohio State, Texas, and we're back on the clock.
2 claps for them. Ready. You're too early.
I'll take it.
And this is 2 thumbs down. FanDuel put out the potential face of the league from every team, and for the Saints they just put NA. They put nobody.
Yeah, I don't think.
Which,
that,
look, I think the Saints are not going to be a good team, and I understand it. But Alvin Kamara is still on the roster.
Yeah.
He's not washed. You think Alvin Kamara's washed, Christian? You're a Saints guy.
Oh, washed? No, older, yeah.
Well, yeah. But do you think
There's
he
a
can't
difference.
be
Lisa Ann.
No, he's yeah. Alvin Kamara is a lot of people's favorite running back.
right?
Man.
That's not Saints fans.
Justin Fields got put on this list for the
I'm
Jets.
so confused because
You could
they
look
put
at the
the
whole
Jets
list.
up there. They put
Jalen Milrose on the list.
like
And not
Oh.
AK. That's
We-
the part where, like,
Well, it's okay. Let's be realistic. It's Futures Day. Saints do not have a future.
Yeah.
Alvin Kamara can't go on Futures
Just put Arch
Day.
on the list. Just put Arch on the list.
Week 1, Jalen Milroe stinker loading. And
Is he even
He's
the
not gonna
starter?
play-
yeah, they named him the starter.
Did they actually over Darnold? Wow.
Jalen Milroe stinker loading week 1, I'm telling y'all. Unless he developed something that I haven't seen.
Well, we've seen it.
That
If
last
anybody
game
has.
at Alabama was not pretty. Those last like 3 games. That Oklahoma game was hilarious. And the Michigan game was just barbecue chicken. Like,
Yeah, now they're starting to think Michigan's good, and then
well,
Bryce
brother,
Underwood
they're
inserts
not.
the chat.
Actually,
we'll see.
Who's he throwing to?
We shall see.
Somebody tell me who Bryce Underwood is throwing to, and I will be okay.
I'm with you.
Like, I mean, I think they got a kid from Louisiana
They
last
did.
year, Jacob Washington. I wanted LSU to get him. I thought he was good.
They did.
He's like 6'3", runs a 4.4. Like, great kid, but he's a freshman. Like, okay, we're gonna bank our whole season on 2 freshmen, and 1 freshman that can only run probably a fade right now in college football.
We
I
shall
respect
see.
it. I respect it.
We shall see.
Wonder if Ryan Day is gonna get over the hump.
Well, I wonder what Lou Holtz is doing right now.
Yeah, the whole
He's thinking about Notre Dame football
He's
playing
probably
against Miami on
sleeping.
Saturday.
Sweetly Corso, I'm taking his job. I'll put all the hell cell again.
Lord have mercy.
Damn,
All right, one
I'm gonna
thing I wanna-
cry Saturday.
I want to ask around the room today before we get into the LSU Clemson. I keep saying Michigan so much. LSU Clemson preview. I want to get our individual thoughts on what it's going to look like this weekend. Because obviously we've gone about as in depth as we have for any game ever for this football game. It's been the most talked about thing I think we've ever for the show. Like, we did not talk about USC this much as we have LSU Clemson
We
this
didn't have
year.
the platform, brother.
I'm just saying in general. Like, it wasn't spoken about. I'm saying it, like, not just us. I'm talking about in general life. This is the most talked about season opener for LSU.
Long time.
We've looked at every single possibility and thought from LSU's standpoint.
Have you done special teams?
We haven't.
Yeah,
done
people are
special
looking
teams.
for that special teams breakdown.
That was Carly
Well,
Cat.
Cardi Cat?
You can find that with the YA Tittle film.
There
buddy.
you go.
Well, the fact that we haven't talked about it means that it's okay.
It's a-
And we're
it's
not
a
concerned
problem.
about it.
We don't have 2 punters this year.
In the same number.
Short and a long distance.
Badger's
There
out
you
there
go.
somewhere. Just wait.
Yeah, one day.
He's holding.
No, they had
Second
Chadwick,
team holder.
They had Chadwick holding. Badger had been holding, but
Yeah,
Chadwick was out
so
there holding the
what's
other
the
day.
hate for this Badger dude? I saw like some on TikTok,
He
and they were
slept
like,
at Eiffel Tower.
they were like, yeah, I wouldn't let Badger date my daughter. Like, what's up, bro? Like,
I don't know. I don't know
is
what
bro
Badger-
like
what
a
Badger's
nut?
up to.
It's Harlem Screech to make
Yeah,
it,
but I'm
make
just
it as a
saying, like-
walk-on and for 5 years.
I mean, he's a kicker though. Like,
But I played
how-
for LSU at the bar.
Yeah, but how much of a menace can a kicker be? I mean, Brad Wing was a dog,
Hey,
But that much.
but like, I don't know about.
All it takes is someone with like that personality to get any sort of
I
recognition.
mean, how
Yeah,
much?
as
How
long
much
as
of a
it- as
menace?
long-
can
like,
a-
dude, you should see
is
me if
Justin
I was-
Tucker still kicking for the Ravens?
Yeah.
Bro, if I was
That's a
LSU's
menace.
third choice kicker, you should see what I'd be doing. On the
Yeah.
weekends. Like,
Oh,
Number 108 on the tag. Like, see that's LSU.
brother, we know what you. Like, we don't even need.
Where's
to
your mom?
think. Yeah, like, I'm a third string kicker.
let me in the bar. Watch out. Let me in the bar. Let me in the bar.
Bro's walking around the bar with like a bottle. Like,
Yeah, he'd be wearing the shorts that you get whenever you walk on, like number 155. Like, see, that's LSU official though.
155 with the
What about
With the
that
lanyard
kind of
on.
bar?
with the like collar shirt on. Like,
So, Lloyd, I'll start with you. Your thoughts, your feeling. Like, I want this to be a therapy session for all of us before we get into the real breakdown of the game. Your thoughts, your feelings, let it all out ahead of Saturday night in Death Valley Junior, LSU Clemson.
It's hard to say because it should be as good as you could feel going into an opener, right? And the more we've broken it down, the more we've looked at it, the more we've kind of chased this dragon of, if it wasn't 0-5, would it be that big a deal? 0-6 sounds way worse somehow. But going into it, with everything that you've returned, with what you got out the portal, I don't feel nearly as bad for me as I do for Brian Kelly and the staff and what they have on the table for week one. Because
Right.
we talked about it with a Clemson reporter. It's like, it's not that big of a game for us. Like, I posed the question. It's like, does it matter more to Clemson or to LSU? It's like, for Clemson, they think they deserve a seat at the table for the SEC. For LSU, you have to go through the rest of the SEC. It's a conference battle because Clemson can lose this game and run through the ACC and make the tournament. For LSU, you put yourself absolutely behind the 8 ball, and not in a good way, if you lose your first game. And because there's a world in which people are saying you can lose 3 games and still skate into the playoff. What's been the narrative, Noah? The last 4 years, the last 2 years of the college football playoff, 3 you're out.
Yep, 10-2.
And so that's where I kind of sit as to this game weighs a massive amount of importance of what you want to do in your future because your schedule is not easy. It ain't light. And that's what this is. That's why this game has been built up to what it is and how it weighs so much on the 1-0 mentality. And whether that's a Brian Kelly thing or just hey, we're looking around our schedule and going, this might be an easier one to win than the rest of what we got. That's where it is in my mind.
Yeah.
That's massive importance.
Yeah, so important.
People are starting to downplay it. It's not downplayed.
Right, no, can't.
No reason to.
Christian? Your feelings going into this
I feel
game.
a lot like last year in the sense that I'm really confident. I do look at both teams as kind of the same, like we did last year with USC. They were in a similar situation as LSU last year. Clemson's kind of the same way, both highly ranked, questions in the same position groups. Again, it is a week 1 game, so I feel like it's going to be a lot uglier than what people think. I think the under is going to hit. It's at, 57.5. Could move. Yeah, give me the under. I am worried about the offensive line, but Clemson's also worried about their offensive line. They announced yesterday their guard positions are going to have rotation there, just like LSU's. So, I don't know. I think this is going to come down to quarterback play. Who has the better game at quarterback? If Nuss is able to hand the ball off consistently and LSU gets production from the run game, as well as hit Clemson in the pass, but the same argument can be said for Clemson. So, I mean, I think LSU will win this weekend. I said this last year, though. But it feels
6 years in a row, dude.
Feels a little different. It really does.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think it feels a little bit different than it has. So,
Stewie?
Yeah, I mean, we talked this morning, me and Noah, and like Christian said, I think LSU and Clemson are pretty evenly matched. I think it's going to come down to a turnover battle, who wins in the trenches, and quarterback play. If one of those quarterbacks makes a mistake, it's going to be magnified because in this game you're probably only going to get a certain amount of possessions. I think both of these defenses are really good, so it's going to be a defensive game. The over might not hit in this game. It might be like a 27-20 type of game. I don't see it going 42-40 or
31-24 is still under.
something really crazy. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game. A defensive game is going to be a battle. It's probably going to come down to the last 2 or 3 possessions.
Right.
It's just going to be a real game where all the little margins matter. Everything, all the little things will matter. Special teams is going to play a huge factor in this game. And I think LSU might have the upper hand in special teams as far as the return game goes, because they got 3 dudes that could go. Barry and Brown could take one at any time. Xavier Thomas could take one at any time. Aaron Anderson could take one at any time. So I think
not only that, but I don't know what Clemson's kicking situation is, but I couldn't be more trustworthy of LSU's kicking situation. Damian Ramos I think this is his 2nd year kicking, starting kicker for LSU. I mean, what more could you ask there? So
I think Clemson's kicker is back. He kicked the game winner in the ACC championship last year. So they have a good kicker.
Yeah,
And you know how they got down there? Kick return.
Yeah.
From your favorite player, Christian.
Adam
who
Randall.
now plays, yep.
Yeah. No, I'm in a similar mindset to you guys. I think when I'm talking about the way the game's going to go, I think back to Clemson, Georgia last year, LSU, Alabama 2022, where that first, you know what the halftime score was for LSU, Alabama in 2022? It was 7-6.
Yeah, it was ugly.
But then the final score is 32-31, which isn't still not a high-scoring game, but I think that first half is going to be dominated by these 2 defenses. The more I dove into what these rosters consist of, and they have so much talent offensively, but these front sevens for these 2 teams could be 2 of the best in the country when you're talking about what these defensive coordinators have in their hands. So I think the first half, It's going to be a defensive battle. But then what happens in those games is offenses adjust. You can kind of maybe even get like a little winded and tired and fatigued as the game goes on, and you start seeing touchdowns be scored as the game goes on.
And that's where I think that the LSU USC game doesn't hold weight in my mind, because as good as it was, what was it, 10-10 at half?
Yeah.
It's not the same as this game at all.
Well, no, because what Noah's I think was what you're saying is how that game played out in the second half, as your team got tired. LSU held all the water they could on the defensive front and on the defensive side until it's like you don't have the players.
And I don't even know if it was as much got tired. Like, I think that definitely played a factor, but I also think
we didn't have anybody to rotate in.
Well, on top of that, but I think the biggest thing was the adjustments that were made. USC went into the locker room, and they came out a different team in the second half. LSU came out and just played safe. Like, those were the adjustments that were made. USC came out in the second half trying to win. LSU came out in the second half trying not to lose. Yeah. And that's not what you can do in this game, especially when there's talent, as much talent as there is offensively for these two teams. This is, and it's kind of a weird emotion I have about this game, because if I'm just looking at LSU in a vacuum, this is as confident as I've been in an LSU team going into a game just from LSU's standpoint. Last season, I thought LSU was going to beat USC because they were the better team. And I think as you saw the year go on, they were, but neither team was really that good. They were the better team. They just weren't ready for game one. This is the best roster LSU's had. This is the most confident I've been in the players LSU has and the mindset they have going into the game, the assistant coaches, the fact that you've got coordinators in their second year, a staff that's been around. So from LSU in a vacuum, I'm extremely confident in who they are. The bad part, the biggest negative of that, though, is this is the best roster LSU's had, the best mindset, and really just feels like the best energy around the program.
Yeah.
But the flip side of it is they're going against the best opponent they've had to face in the season opener yet to this point. 2023 Florida State, yes, they were good. Preseason-wise, they did not have this hype.
Yeah.
Nobody expected them to go undefeated that year. And the hype this Clemson team has is extremely high. But on top of that, this is the best roster they've had to face. Like, the reason they're going to be 35 scouts at that game, yes, it's the quarterbacks. Clemson and LSU are both riddled with NFL talent.
Yep.
Like, Clemson has 4 or 5 guys that could be first-round picks. And so I'm so confident what LSU has and who they are right now going into this game, but at the same time, the biggest thing that will knock you down a couple pegs is they're going against a team that's a national championship favorite. And so not only is LSU in a really good spot, they're going against a team that's also in a really, really good spot.
On the road as well.
On the road, a true away game, which is something they've never had to deal with up to this point.
And I know, Clemson is a better team. They're older. They all those guys have more experience in their second or third year. But I just rewatched that Georgia game from last year.
Right.
And at halftime, it was 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Georgia made 2 field goals. And then as the game kept going, like, Georgia started making plays.
Right.
And when they got in the red zone, that was the biggest thing in that game. That's probably going to be the biggest thing in this LSU-Clemson game, the red zone. When Georgia got in the red zone, they scored touchdowns in the second half. Like, they got their first possession in the second half, they got in the red zone and threw a fade. Guy caught the ball, like, touchdown.
You gotta make those plays.
I think they caught an interception, got back in the red zone, scored another touchdown. And then it was 3rd and 9, and they ran like crossing routes, and I think the defenders from Clemson ran into each other. Guy gets wide open, runs down the sideline, touchdown. So LSU's gonna have to win in the red zone, and they're gonna have to win on 3rd down. And it can't be 3rd and long, especially with this defensive line of Clemson. Like, it has to be 3rd and short.
Can't give them the opportunity to pin their ears back and go get Nussmeier.
You got to play ahead of the chains in this game. Like,
1,000%.
you can't, and you got to keep Clemson behind the chains, because if they get ahead of the chains, it could get real.
Well, and I saw a TikTok. It was funny. this guy, and I mean it just applies to football. It's not really anything LSU specific. But he said today's to-do list: establish the run, get hats to the ball, control the line of scrimmage, dial up a deep shot, play to the whistle, impose my will, and stay ahead of the chains. It's like, well, I mean, just spit out like every coach's mindset.
He did the defensive one too.
Right. And so I am very confident in LSU, but this is the toughest one that they the toughest matchup they have had in one of these 5 season openers. Or this one will be the 4th. And so right now you're 0-5. Like, you cannot continue to be a laughingstock and have this this conversation that LSU can't do it. And so I think that LSU has a lot more to lose going into this game because me and Stu talked about earlier. Look at the schedules. Clemson still easily has a route to the college football playoff.
That's what I was.
And then you just said it.
What I was saying.
And LSU, it's not as easy. So we're going to get into a good conversation with our guy, William, from Walk On Red Shirts, as he covers the Clemson Tigers. Used to play for the Clemson Tigers as he played for Dabo Swinney and was teammates with some of this coaching staff even. So we'll take a quick break. We'll get him in here, and we'll dive right into this football game this Saturday.
This Clemson schedule is laughable.
Truly.
Like, bro, give me a fucking break, man. Like, come on now. Like,
Hey, man, they got to play Bill Belichick right there.
I think that was false reports.
Man, if Furman still got a football team?
Like,
Shit.
The roof over your head matters. At CAS Roofing, we don't just install shingles, we build peace of mind. With years of experience and a commitment to craftsmanship, our team shows up on time, gets the job done right, and treats every project like it's our own home. Whether it's a repair, a replacement, or a storm damage that caught you off guard, CAS Roofing is ready. We're local, we're dependable, and we stand behind every nail, every shingle, and every promise we make. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about roofing, it's about protecting what matters most. CAS Roofing, built on trust, backed by quality.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family. Wardo's was created in honor of Alan Ward Granning III, fondly known by family and friends as Wardo. In 2019, the oldest brother of the tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
All right, welcome back here. Sorry about the long break. We're getting the
long break.
Getting the Zoom set up for our guy William to hop in here and talk some LSU Clemson football with us.
My phone doesn't work. I don't know why I thought I could put that in.
I know. so we can get into this game preview with a guy very much closer to the Clemson, because it was time for a different perspective. We don't have the inside look to Clemson that we do LSU. So we know a lot about LSU, and we only know about Clemson what we're able to deduce from the social media sphere and from watching last year's games.
Spot the ball.
It's time to play football.
Offsides.
Spotted offsides? You got going. There's something going through your brain over there.
That's what we were talking about in the break.
Oh,
What do you think?
nice.
Oh,
Red card.
But
my brother.
we're gonna get
Christ.
into this preview soon. As soon as he hops into the Zoom, we're gonna break down what this game has in store. LSU versus Clemson Saturday night. It is interesting because we don't like BD just said, new running back, new DC, hurt O-line, and safety is weak. I do think one thing we haven't spoken about a lot when talking about this defense, we looked a lot at their way they played against the run, and one of the questions I'm going to ask is, you looked at what LSU and Blake Baker in year one looked like. What is it going to look like for Clemson first year under their defensive coordinator,
Who is their
Mr.
defense?
Allen?
Tom Allen.
Tom Allen.
Is that the guy from Penn State, right?
Uh-huh.
Didn't he leave Penn State during the playoff run or after?
Mm-hmm.
So
We can ask Ryan.
we're going to get right in here with our
Where's
guy
the word?
William to talk about LSU Clemson Saturday night. All eyes on the Tigers. William, good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Morning, Noah. What's going on?
Good to see you again. Appreciate you making time for us, sliding out of the office so you can talk some football with us.
Hey, that's right. I'd rather be doing this anyway. So I'm sneaking out to the parking lot, sitting in my car, taking a quick little lunch break, and we're going to get back after it.
What's the
Love
kick
it.
step looking like these days?
What's the what?
What's the kick step looking like these days? Like, could I beat you around the edge or
Still got it?
Inside guy,
Yeah,
outside
still
guy.
got it?
Easy. I've got a lot less girth. Hugh Freeze talked about to winning the SEC. You have to have length and girth. I'm 50 pounds down from when I used to play, so I think you could get me.
There you go. Lost some of the girth. That's
But kept the length, buddy.
Gotta keep
Kept
the
the
length.
length. I'm still 6'6", but I'm not 300 pounds anymore.
There you go. Well, let's get it started just with we wanted a little bit of a different perspective for the game this weekend. Obviously, we've tried to look into Clemson as much as we can, but you're going to have a much better perspective for us. Obviously, the strength of this Clemson team, I think when you look at it, it's the quarterback and the defensive line. When you look at this game specifically, what position group do you think will play the biggest role in Clemson's success?
Well, when you talk about the offensive side of the ball, you got to start in the trenches. If those five guys can't play with continuity, can't do the job, and can't keep Cade clean, it's going to be a long day. And if they can't open up running lanes for a very inexperienced running back group, it's going to be tough. So the offensive line is key. I mean, everybody's talking about the wide receivers. Everybody's talking about the quarterback. The offensive line is going to play a huge role in Death Valley in order for us to win that game. You got Tristan Lee coming back. He's starting for his third year, but his second consecutive. Blake Miller, another one who could be a guy who goes in one of the first couple days of the draft. And then the interior, I'm curious to see. Looks like Walker Parks probably isn't going to play, would be my assumption. He's the 6-year senior. It's probably going to be Elijah Thurman, who's a true sophomore, played significant reps last year but broke his leg. You got the center and Ryan Lithicum, who's the nucleus of that group, really good at shifting protection and IDing the mic and doing what they need to do in the running game. He's back. And then the other guard is going to be either Colin Sadler or Harris Sewell. So Dabo Sweeney was talking about yesterday. He thinks we have 7 guys. This is coach and speak season, but I don't think that's hyperbolic. I think Clemson really does have a deep group at offensive line. So if something does happen, someone's not playing, someone gets hurt, they'll have a deeper group to roll out there.
And you bring up the run game and the inexperienced backs, and I want to ask you about Adam Randall and just that position, because obviously moving a wide receiver to running back, as much as Randall is built like a back, it's obviously something that could be an area of concern going into this game. What do y'all know about Adam Randall and kind of his transition over to that position and kind of his expectations Saturday night?
Yeah, no, and that's very fair. And Clemson Nation is pretty excited for what Adam Randall can do. Everyone's liked him since he came out of Myrtle Beach High School a few years ago. He's one of those rare guys who stuck around in a program like Clemson with this in the transfer portal era. He probably could start in other places. He was a big-time four-star recruit coming out of high school, and a lot of schools wanted him, but Clemson was his dream offer. So he comes in, plays some running back. He played a little bit last year. You see the SMU game where he gets the kick return and takes it 40 yards to get us set up to kick the game-winning field goal. And I don't know if y'all have heard this story, but on the way back from that game, Dabo asked him, he said, "What do you think you do best as a receiver?" And he said, "Running with the ball." He goes, "All right, I think we're going to try something for this Texas game." Phil Maffa was hurt. We didn't have really – They tried him out a little bit in the Texas game, and he was pretty successful. He broke a couple big runs. But what I see positively, he's a good catcher. He's good with his hands. He can catch the ball away from his body, and he's got great footwork. So how does that play out on Saturday? Well, it's going to be tough to put a linebacker on someone who can run routes that way. He was playing at 235 at receiver. He's still 235 as a running back, maybe even closer to 230. So he didn't lose a step. So from a positive side, you have that, and you just hope that his ball carrier vision can transition over as it was, outside in space as a receiver to inside the tackles. If you want to talk about negatives, durability. His whole issue since he's been at Clemson has been durability. Tore his ACL his freshman year, had some foot issues last year, just hasn't been able to stay on the field consistently. So as a running back, you're going to be hit a lot more. So you got to hope he can stay on the field. And the other thing is, inexperience. Can he run between the tackles? Can we trust him to run inside zone? Can we trust him in the read option transition? Not a lot of people really focus on that, but you have to practice that a lot and get a feel for your quarterback, get a feel for the running back, and when to give, when to take, and how do you hold, how much pressure do you put on your cradle in that transition when you're making the read on the end. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see. I'm hearing a lot of buzz around the backups too, with Gideon Davidson, who a lot of people can talk about as a true freshman, and then David Ezemame, who is a redshirt freshman, who I'm hearing a lot of positive buzz about him. He's the RB2 right now, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him play a lot on Saturday.
And then I guess, with that run game conversation, even bringing up the read option aspect, how much pressure do you think is going to be put on Cade Klubnik's legs? Like, obviously, it's going to be expected for him to get the ball out to those receivers and maybe even use the receivers in the run game. But how much do you think the pressure is going to be put on Cade to kind of step up and be more of a runner in this game to kind of fill that gap?
Yeah, no, and that's a great question. So I think it all depends on how the first quarter goes. If we can't establish a running game early, I think a lot is going to be put on Cade in the running game to get in those second and manageable situations, third and manageable. So if we can't get a running game going, I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot of five wide sets or some 10 personnel with one back, where the back is blocking, lead blocking, and playing some quarterback draw, some quarterback power. Doing some design quarterback runs could happen. I mean, he was our second leading rusher last year because of the same exact issue that we could be having this year. But I don't think we're there. I think we're in a much better spot than we were last year. But yeah, I think it all depends on what happens early. Can they establish the run? Can we get something going? And if not, he's gonna go earn that NIL money.
There you go. And then the defense, obviously a lot of big time names on it. But there were some numbers, like some of the rushing numbers last season, obviously were something that Clemson fans and Clemson wasn't happy with, and they make the move, hire a new defensive coordinator. What are the expectations in year number one under Coach Allen?
Well, the expectations are through the roof. And last year we had the 80th ranked rush defense, and that's unacceptable in Clemson's terms. I mean, anything outside of the top 25 in terms of rush defense is just unacceptable. And you talk about the difference between a Brent Venables and a Wes Godwin. So Wes Godwin was the previous DC, and everybody knows Brent Venables was the one before that. But the biggest difference was gap integrity. I don't think they played with a lot of gap integrity last year, and I think they put themselves in a lot of bad places. We had some guys playing hero ball, and when you have that many dudes on the defense, the plays will come to you. You don't need to go to the plays. So if Tom Allen can bring, he's got the similar intensity that Venables had, and just let me go and get this out there too. This is not a knock on Wes Godwin. The dude knows football. He was there when I was there. he knows football in and out. Like, he is one of the smartest brains in the room wherever he goes. But not all those who know can teach. And I don't think he was able to convey those messages to the players well enough. And I think that's what they're missing. And he's a very unassuming guy. He doesn't come out there yelling, screaming, high energy. He's not a Brent Venables in that aspect, or Tom Allen, for that matter. So Tom Allen's coming in with a lot of experience, a lot of leadership experience, head coaching experience, defense coordinator experience, and he brings energy. I went to a couple practices, and you hear him the entire time. I think you need to turn his microphone off, and you can still hear him from up in the tower, or if he's walking around. So, and they're really emphasizing tackling. You know, the arm tackling crap that cost us some games last year, that's going to be unacceptable. Yeah. And I think we have the depth this year. Run the next guy out. So if guys are playing out of technique and are trying to do the flashy hit rather than making the sure tackle, I think we've got the depth to rotate him out. We'll give him a little blessing on the sideline and get him back in there.
And looking at this game, kind of right now, what's the pressure like for Clemson in game number 1? Obviously, here at LSU, from our standpoint, LSU's lost their last 5. They're 0-5 in their last 5 season openers. So right now, there's a lot of pressure to win game number 1 and get your season started 1-0, and it's something Brian Kelly's talked about a lot. Do you feel like that pressure is similar or the same for Clemson as last season, versus the SEC? 3 losses, lost to Georgia in the opener. Is there a similar sense of pressure for week number 1 for Clemson?
Absolutely. And similar to LSU, we've struggled recently in our openers. We lost 2 to Georgia, lost 1 to Duke, which is unacceptable. So I think we're 3 out of the last 4 in our openers, which is just unacceptable in the Dabo Swinney era. So there's a lot of pressure. And you talked about it, 0-3 versus the SEC. The Georgia game was a wash. But you talk about South Carolina, they blow that lead. You talk about Texas, they couldn't stop a nosebleed. And still only lose by 14. Could have had a chance to tie it up in the fourth quarter and just couldn't play any defense. So the pressure is through the roof because this team has all the expectations in the world. If they come out and lay an egg on Saturday, it's going to get ugly, and it's going to get ugly quick. But in terms of from inside of the facilities, I think these guys just want to go out there and prove that they can do it. But the way Dabo, I know it's cliche, but the way Dabo treats it, every game is the same. Every game's a playoff game, and we as fans are lucky, and as the players and the coaches, they get to see how do these two teams match up, and what could be two playoff teams match up now, and you can kind of assess where you are very early in the season, and you get tested very early in the season, so you're prepared for the rest of the year. So the pressure is in terms of narratives. I think you get a lot of positive out of playing this game very early on.
And you being an offensive line guy, you've heard Dabo, I'd imagine, say that Clemson's offensive line can also play 7 to 8 guys. On the LSU front, that's very much a question mark and something that Brian Kelly said. When you hear that kind of statement, what does it mean to you as a guy that's played on the offensive line and played college football to go, if we're playing 7 to 8, does that mean we have 3? Does that mean we have 5? Does that mean we have any?
Yeah, no. So, you kind of have to read between the lines and read the tea leaves. That's a really good question. So when you look at it, when he says we have 7, if he says we have 7 and a few of the guys have never played, you start to question that. Like, okay, maybe he's trying to give these guys some confidence because they've been struggling in camp and they just need to hear some positivity on the airwaves. But in this scenario, I truly believe that he means it because I've seen all 7 guys play and I've seen all 7 guys play at a high level. So I do see your point that it could be like, hey, we don't really have anybody. They have their established starters. They'll have their established starters on Saturday, and that group will stick together unless something goes wrong or somebody gets hurt. So in this case, I think it's a positive more than it is a we don't know what we have.
Last one quick one here. As someone that was in that locker room, looking at the roster, we've done roster, position group breakdowns. There's a lot of tenured guys that haven't hit the transfer portal and stick around, or legacy guys whose brother played here, dad played here, grandfather played here. How does Clemson
My son might go to school
keep
here.
people around?
Yeah, so everybody dogged Dabo for not jumping into the portal the way everyone else did. And it was funny to talk about that for the last 3 years, but then those same people that he didn't replace out of the portal are still there. And now they're tenured in. The thing that he's going to do, and I can speak further to this at another time if you ever want to, but Dabo cares about the person, and when he commits to the person, it's for all 4 years. So if you want to transfer, by all means, he'll help you out the door, but he's never going to replace a guy. And I know in this business that happens a lot where guys are replaced. Just because someone enters the transfer portal doesn't mean they wanted to. Sometimes they were nudged out that door, and that doesn't happen at Clemson unless the player chooses to leave on their own. So that's number one. So you don't have to fear that you're going to get cut, so to speak. Number two, when you commit to Clemson, you're a different individual. That they only offer up to 60 people a year, so they have a really good relationship coming into it. So it really helps out and able to keep them and recruit them, so to speak, during the season. And then you see what you have all around. You're like, man, I kind of want to come back and be a part of what could be. So it's a mixture of a lot of things. But Dabo is one of the most authentic people I've ever met. A lot of people give him a lot of flack because he's kind of a cheese ball sometimes, but the person you see on TV is the same exact person you see off camera. And he truly does care about the person more than he does about the player. And I can give you a quick story. My team lost the national championship in 2015. And going into the game, we had some guys that for whatever reason, I don't want to share it, but I think it's probably news. You can probably access this, but you had the opportunity to appeal the discipline, and they would have been able to play in the national championship game, and then the next year they would have been punished. They'd have been suspended or whatever. And the other playoff teams opted to do that. And we had a team meeting. We're in Scottsdale, Arizona. We're 3 days away from playing the national championship, 4 days away. And he calls the team meeting. You can feel the tension, and you hear him say, "Hey, person one, person two, person three, I was thinking about the appeal process," and he, explained that whole thing to us. And he said, I don't think I could look at the national championship trophy knowing that I failed the 30-year-old version of all of you. So he named the three people. He told them to come up. He said, these people chose a moment over the team. And because of that, they're going home today. There's a Greyhound bus waiting for them outside of the hotel. And he sent them back to Clemson, South Carolina from Scottsdale, Arizona, a few days before the national championship game, the biggest game of his career, the biggest game of our career. And that resonated with me massively because, it's like we didn't win the national championship. There was two starters. We could have used those guys. But at the end of the day, it made an impact on those people. Yeah. And maybe those people's lives got better because he chose to serve the person instead of the national championship, the stuff that you would think people would want to get. So the person Dabo is an amazing human, and I think the players that are there know that and catch on to that really quickly, which appeals to keep them around.
Well, William, we appreciate your time and making some time for us and all your insight. And we're headed out to Clemson, South Carolina tonight, so we'll maybe reach out when we get out there, and we're going to do some shows while we're there, so we might get you back on. We appreciate you.
Yeah, let me know. I'll tell you some places to go, Noah.
Sounds good. Appreciate you. We'll talk again soon.
Bye.
Thanks, sir.
There he is, William Cockerill from Walk On Red Shirts. He's a writer, co-host of their podcast, and obviously a former Clemson Tiger playing under Dabo Swinney and some of these guys on the coaching staff. Really good insight.
Brian Burge has put it perfectly. He's a mashup of Hunter Hall and Ben McDonald.
That's hilarious.
I said the Hunter Hall thing first. I'll take credit for that.
There is a similarity in the look.
The voice.
And the voice as well.
I couldn't hear the voice.
Yeah, no, you were.
He was talking so much shit about you, dude.
Yeah, he's like, who's that little guy?
Who's that twink over there?
Who's the 12-year-old?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But
the 12-year-old gooner.
I felt like he was very, not as homerish as I kind of maybe expected. Like, he was very much even keel. I mean, the Dabo answer at the end, obviously, you saw his true emotion and love for Clemson.
A lot of us and we.
He kept it pretty straight on Adam Randall and the offensive line struggles. Those things, fair. Like he kept it real at least.
I mean, the guys he's talking about they suspended was a backup kick returner and a backup kicker.
Yeah.
So I don't think they would have made a difference.
But either way,
I got a hump bus for him.
I'll take it.
But I definitely think it's going to be interesting to see what their defense looks like under a year one of a defense coordinator. Obviously, LSU had that last year with Blake Baker's first season and trying to instill a mindset and a culture on that side of the football. And they have a question. They have a legitimate question at running back. Like, you heard him say it right there. Like, he didn't even bring up pass protection. Like, how can he run through between the tackles? How can he handle read option? How can he handle all these different things? Can he stop Harold Perkins, Jack Pyburn, a Patrick Payton, a Gabe Relaford who's coming off the edge? And will he be able to chip block and do all those things? As he's a guy that's a wide receiver turned running back. Yeah, he's going to be good with the ball in his hands. That's what they talked about. But the running back position takes more than just being able to get the ball in your hands and run with it. So
that Pyburn fight is a fight that I don't know if he wants to partake in.
Right? No, I understand.
No,
I mean,
there ain't
because
nobody.
nobody. I wouldn't want to take on Jack Pyburn.
I know, I played like a little bit of edge, and when I would see like a smaller running back or like I knew the running back couldn't block, I'm licking my chops because I'm like, oh, okay, I could run through his face, and he really won't. Like, he will back down. As a receiver, he probably doesn't have that like, oh, like I'm gonna step up and take
Williams
him on.
Mindset.
Right. Yeah, I don't know that Pyburn smoke is what he wants.
And on top of that, I think another interesting piece that he said, talking about Randall's ability to catch out of the backfield, a lot of noise I've heard about them trying to single out Harold Perkins in pass coverage, like Clemson, like a lot on social media. And he didn't say it directly, but that's something that crossed my mind when he said, well, I mean, he can catch out of the backfield. I don't know if he's someone you want to put one-on-one with a linebacker. And so I feel like there's the mindset around Clemson is split this guy out or send him out and see if Harold Perkins can guard him. And that's kind of going to be like they want to throw at Perk.
See, if it was anybody like, I'm sure they know this. They get paid millions to do this, not me. But if it was anybody in the linebacker room I'd single out, it'd probably be Whit Weeks over Perk. Like, as far as athleticism goes and the way they play the game, like Whit's more of a sideline
I don't know
guy.
if you want to pick that bout. I know he is a running back, and I know he played wide receiver, and so that looks like a little bit of a mismatch for a linebacker. But I don't know if Harold Perkins is the guy you really want to single out. The only dude that has been consistently able to win on Perk and one-on-ones or whatever has been Trey Green. That's the only guy.
Right.
Even the running backs included, they have not been able to get open. So I don't know if they really want to pick that battle. Because Adam Randall's 6'2", 6'3", Trey Green 6'7".
How does Whit look? Oh, you just couldn't hold back the 6'7".
He couldn't do it.
I said Whit,
like in pass coverage.
I mean, look, he was limited kind of all practice all year, but when you see him on the running backs,
well, I think Whit is
his pursuit to get down and make a tackle.
My biggest thing with Whit when it comes to coverage is zone. He's really good at kind of sitting, finding his spot. He can be over aggressive a little bit. Man is where he can get caught up a little bit.
Right.
Where that over aggressive mindset that he has shown tendencies to have in the past, where he plays with his hair on fire. He's a sideline to sideline guy.
He's a white linebacker.
And man coverage, it's tough.
And are they going to risk sending the running back out of the backfield with the edge room LSU has?
They're going to count on Cade Klubnik being
low. At some point, like I would say probably the beginning of the game, you'll see a lot of like back staying in or they might, like you said, like they might just go out there and try to get the running backs matched up on a linebacker early in the game. And then if LSU's getting home, then you can't get that matchup because you have to keep somebody in.
Yeah.
You're also forgetting that he is a wide receiver playing running back. Why would you not motion him out of the backfield? Because they run a version of the air raid offense. And I'm about to pull up a clip from the Cover 3 podcast that kind of talks about the way in which they can exploit LSU's LSU's defense with this is Lincoln Riley's brother. They're going to throw the football, and they have this guy got a text from somebody that as a coach that covers the LSU program very closely, doesn't say a name, but it says this is the way they can exploit the LSU
I did text my
defense.
buddy who's in coaching on this, and he's a big LSU fan. So I'm just going to read this, and if he actually wants me to say who this is, then I will say it tomorrow, but I don't know that he wants me to ID who it is. But he's an LSU guy, and he follows him really closely. So game plan for Clemson, if I'm calling it, is very simple. Goes exactly like this, so I'm curious to see how close they get. Opening script, I want to find out, do they stay in base, so Perkins at the Sam, against 10 personnel? So that's, of course, 4 wide. If they do, I'm staying in it. If not, I'm just doing the same things from 11. How do they respond to width from the slot? Split them to the sideline like Art Briles did, regular slot alignment but widened, etc. I need to see those adjustments. Game plan. If Perkins is widened and placed in space as a legitimate slot defender, I'll work a lot of plays with choice routes, speed outs, seam benders, jukes, pivots to Williams in the slot, depending on if they are in zone. Thinks Baker's zone coverage isn't great, pretty basic, not a lot of specialization and tailored checking.
Or if they're in man match, in that case, I'll have the matchup and I'll hit the jukes, pivots, etc. Overall, I'm spacing the field and working that second level off the SAM. Can use standard air raid Y cross to achieve a ton of that by tagging a choice out, juke, or pivot to the field slot, front side, and having the cross come for the boundary. If they're going to involve Perkins in the rush at all, they'll have to declare it because of the space I'm creating, and I can easily RPO off him or just those speed outs off him. Now, in this case, they may bring the safety down to cover the slot. I still like this matchup, but this is when I start taking shots. Slot fades, slot double moves, one-on-ones outside to my real stars, etc. It's such an easy game plan for an air raid team, which, like, he knows that Garrett Riley's an air raid native guy. They bring everybody back, and they've had a full offseason with a fully formed unit. I would try to throw it 50 times if I can. Can totally neutralize all of Baker's pressures and disguises with space. You couldn't if they had a true nickel out there because they'd be able to rotate in and out of things. But when your slot corner can't cover the slot man-to-man, can't go to deep half, can't play a bracket, and can't do anything in coverage besides spot drop, cover 3, and cover 4, standard 2, or Tampa. They don't do Tampa very much. Cover 1, but you have to put the strong safety off the slot, which is also a mismatch. He's usually on the tight end. Pressure coverages, but you know who the extra rusher is, so you just slide your protection to the field and feast. Unless LSU's front four is just unreal and overwhelming, they're walking into a disaster, in my opinion. They better be the 2007 Giants.
I think there's a lot of points in that argument, in that discussion that I understand. Like, having Perkins lined up on Antonio Williams probably isn't the best game plan, and I'm pretty sure if I know that, Blake Baker knows that. And I don't know if that'll be something. But to me, that entire conversation, all of the points talking about who you're going to highlight and put in this spot, run these routes, it didn't account at all for pressure on the quarterback. You can highlight whoever you want and go 10 personnel and spread it out and this, that, and the other. But if your interior offensive lineman, who you're missing one of your starters, like he just said, like William just talked about, and Parks, and you have a battle going on two inexperienced guys on the other side at guard. And the point that who was that was talking? Lloyd, do you know his name? I don't know who that was. I know that was Cannell next to him, which pissed me off because I don't want to listen to anything Cannell's on, but I didn't know who that was. I was making the point.
No, but shout out Cover 3 Podcast.
But shout out the Cover 3 Podcast for the discussion. But on top of that, like, my thing is he said that front four is going to have to wreak havoc. I think they can. Like, you're telling me you have guards that are inexperienced and backups going up against Bernard Gooden, Dominic McKinley, Ahmad Bro, Jacobian Guillory, Sadir Mitchell, and then on the outside you've got Patrick Payton, Gabe Relaford, Jack Pyburn, Jamari Butler, Kalaj Cobbins, Harold Perkins on a blitz, like all of those things. That, to me, that whole discussion was just very on paper, not accounting for what that front four is going to be able to do. And so the whole time before he brought up that last point about that front four, everything that was being accounted for Clemson's game plan was being done as if Cade Klubnik's going to be able to stand straight up in the pocket and just wheel and deal and identify different matchups and do whatever. Like, that's not going to be the case.
We've also heard this same breakdown from, say what you want about Max Toscano, the man grinds tape and watches film, and he pointed out the same thing probably, 10 months ago when Perk was coming back, and how to utilize him and what to do with Harold Perkins. You got to know who your guys are,
right?
And if you're going to put him in that star position and you're going to trust him to do that, then you're saying one-on-one you can win. That's what you're banking on, is that Harold Perkins can cover athletes in space, and I'll take that bet. But if you get cooked on it 4 plays in a row, 4 drives in a row, you have to bend to their knee at some point. And he said it we focus on the running backs. What if they throw it 50 times? Like, then that's when the pressure comes in. But the fact of having to declare of what weeks is and what Harold Perkins is doing,
right? That's
a real conversation of you're making your defense very easy to read.
Yes, and on top of that, then if you do have to get out of it, then you got to figure out who you're taking off the field, who you're going to put a nickel corner on the field for, whether you add one of these guys we're going to talk about back on the field, or you add another safety, or what you do. If you bring another defensive back onto the field,
it's not accounting for the safeties that LSU has garnered also.
Right, but like at the same time, if you're going to go and take a linebacker off the field and put, like, if you take Perk off the field and you add another DB, well, then now Perk's off the field. Like, who do you account for? It is a conversation of, it's going to be a kind of a chess match, a cat and mouse game of how will Blake Baker and Garrett Riley, like they're going to go at each other, and it's going to be a big-time matchup between those two minds in football. Yeah. But my biggest point is just the fact that it just the pass rush wasn't accounted for. Like it wasn't discussed. And they're very focused on a Perk mismatch or a Weeks mismatch, and I understand it. Like it's really just like you have to show me that Harold Perkins can go down the list of wide receivers and the running back that Clemson has. They have really good skill guys. And so that's where it can get out of hand, and that I understand that. But then you have to say, okay, well, are we going to put Spears out on the field? Are we going to put Gilbert at star for a couple of plays? Are you going to bring Halsey down into the box and move somebody out? Like, what are you going to do? How are you going to adjust?
They could also go bring TaMarcus Cooley down,
right?
And put
he played a bunch of nickel
exactly
at NC State.
I would say that he's a nickel by trade,
right?
So
at NC State, he was their nickel back last year.
So I would think if if Clemson finds this mismatch that
you have tools.
I don't know what my guy is who that was, but if they find that mismatch, then they could just bump TaMarcus Cooley down, probably move Perk back inside, or put him on the edge,
right?
And play like that.
That's the chess match.
I haven't seen a practice or know what their dime package looks like, what their nickel package looks like. I know that their base defense is Perk at star, so that does put you at a mismatch in a sense, but it's Harold Perkins. I'm sure at this point in his career, he's figured out what he can and can't do on a football field.
No, I agree. And I trust Blake Baker in this chess match because I know he has the tools. Like going through this defense like we have this past week, he's got these tools that he can put different guys in different spots. And I guess this will bring us right into the defensive back breakdown.
Last thing. Another thing that wasn't mentioned was LSU has been preparing for Clemson longer than they've prepared for any Week 1 opponent we've seen in recent memory.
And longer than Clemson's prepared for LSU.
Yes.
Because Clemson had to play more football as the season went on.
That's going to play a huge factor because the scenario you just brought up with, okay, what if we have to take Perk out? Well, now they've probably accounted for that, considering they've had an extra week of preparation.
Right. No, that's what and I'm with you. I think Blake Baker's going to be able to adjust, and I trust him to make those adjustments the way he did last season. He just didn't have the tools. Now he does. He's got the tools to get it done. Into the defensive back breakdown. Before we get into that, don't forget about our sponsors that take care of us every single day. AJ Sports Cards, 3348 Drusilla Lane, and all of their social medias. Make sure you follow AJ Sports Cards on Facebook, and then AJ Sports Cards 225BR on Instagram to keep update on different specials they have, opportunities they have, and events that they have going on over there. Our guy Pierce Patterson from CAS Roofing and Advising, 225-910-0619. He will be joining us in Clemson this week. He'll look like a Clemson fan because he's got the orange hair. That's why we might have to shave it for the orange out to make sure he doesn't look like a Clemson Tiger. He looks like a real Tiger. And then, of course, his cousin, the other guy joining us, Gabe Patterson from All About Inflatables. AllAboutInflatablesDS.com is the website. If you're going to host a watch party tomorrow, make sure you go to their website, book an inflatable to keep the kids occupied while you're enjoying and you're watching the game. And then, of course, Tom Granning from Wardo's, Po' Boys, and Go-Mart there in Natchez is going to take care of us, bring over some stuff to get the boys to Clemson today, and make sure we are taken care of on our trip. Shout out to Tommy G. And then, of course, our friends now over at Trifecta. They've got a fun event going on. Christian, go over to the producer chair real quick. They've got a fun special going on. I'm going to give you some of the details now on what they're going to do this weekend, this Saturday, as they have Recess at the Ruzon by Recoup Wellness. Trifecta is partnering up with them. It's this Saturday from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., where you're going to have so many different vendors. There's a social walk and run. There's a UFC core hit class. There's Pilates. There's a Tone BR will be there. D1 will be there. Yoga will be there. They've got so many different things to make sure your body's in the best shape possible for Saturday night while you enjoy it. So make sure, friends, and it's a family-friendly community wellness event, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. this August 30th, Saturday morning, in front of Ruzon on Perkins Road. So make sure you get over there. And on behalf of our friends over at Trifecta, a discount code for $10 off of your ticket, Trifecta 10. I will post the QR code to sign up from the event flyer. I'll get that posted today. make sure you go and join them. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, and we'll break down the defensive back rooms between LSU and Clemson.
What's up, brother? How you doing? Good, man. How you doing? Good. Back in town, huh?
Made it back.
Good.
For the time being.
For the time being?
We're glad to have him back.
Oh, yeah. No doubt. No doubt.
So where are you headed this weekend?
Hattiesburg.
Okay.
You wouldn't watch that shit. We just, a group of us are going over there. Big fans and stuff.
There you go.
We're taking an RV over for the day and
Yeah.
then go to a high school game in Jackson Friday and then come back down.
Okay. Is Wright going to the game, or he's staying all down shopping?
No, he's got a game Friday night in Jackson.
Oh, yeah, I forgot he coaches.
Yeah. So we're playing 49 in Jackson Friday and then he'll be in town.
We're headed out today. An hour.
I'll be there. Well, like I said, I'm probably not leaving for Hattiesburg for probably 4
Okay.
hours.
Yeah, so if we're gonna go through Natchez to stop by, so
Good.
I'll shoot you a text when we're on the road.
The tribe passed away unexpectedly. His remaining siblings and loved ones wanted to honor his memory in a special way. In 2022, Ward's family decided to combine the need for a sandwich shop in downtown Natchez with a desire to pay tribute to Ward's love of good friends, good times, and great food. Through blood, sweat, tears, and countless hours of hard work, Wardo's was born. So go visit Wardo's today at 309 North Broadway Street in Natchez, where the po' boys are so good, you'll swear you're in Cajun country.
Hey, Miss Lou, come visit us, Tom and Wright Granding at Go Martin on the Go Deli.
Go Mart has clean restrooms, community coffee, an awesome beer cave, and a great selection of anything you may need.
Located at the corner of Highland Boulevard and Highway 61 South in Natchez.
Also stop by Wardo's Po' Boys at 309 North Broadway on the beautiful Natchez Bluff.
Where everyone is family.
Starts at.
All
right, everybody's live.
All right, welcome back. Shout out to our guy Honkus in the chat. SO Club is the spot Friday night. Want to buy the Cruise first round in Clemson. Honkus, we might come and find you, my friend. Appreciate it. If you are in Clemson,
Honkus.
make sure you get in contact with us. You can message us, DM us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, however you find us and find the show. If you're in Clemson, you want to hang out with the fellas, let us know where you're going to be at Friday and Saturdays. We're going to hit the road this afternoon to head out there.
How long of a drive is that? Because I know Charlotte was like
About 9.5, I think.
Charlotte was like 12, or it was a little more than that.
Yeah,
But
it's about 9.5, almost 10 hours.
you passed through Clemson to get to Charlotte.
Right.
So I passed through Clemson, Columbia, and Auburn, Tuscaloosa. Like
Right.
you passed through all of those.
Yeah,
to
so
get to
we're
Charlotte.
actually going to stay tonight right outside of Auburn to split the drive up. So about 6.5 hours, 6-ish hours, split the drive up, and we'll hit the road tomorrow morning, get it out over to Clemson. But appreciate you guys hanging out with us. But yeah, if you're going to be in Clemson, let us know. We'll come see you guys, and we're going to be doing content while we're in Clemson as well. The phone lines will be open post game, so make sure you guys are ready to talk some ball. But Stewie, I'm going to open the floor up to you here on the defensive back discussion. Let you talk a little bit about the LSU room. We'll go through the names. You've got Mansour Lane, 6 foot 190. PJ Woodland, 5'11", 165. Ashton Stamps, 6 foot 190. DJ Pickett, 6'5", 195. Jakeem Jackson, 6 foot 190. Then into the safeties, AJ Halsey, 6 foot 222. Tamarcus Cooley, 6 foot 198. Deshaun Spears, 6'3", 208. Jordan Gilbert is 6'1", 193. Javian Toviano, 6'1", 197. And then the last corner, Michael Turner, 6'1", 158. I'm going to start with Mansour Lane. I think he's very savvy, smart. He's experienced. He's going to be the leader in that room this season. You needed him. You needed to bring a guy in that can make plays, because I think last season what the defense was good at was being solid in assignments somewhat. They were in the right spots, but they didn't go out there and make plays. And I think they brought a lot of playmakers in. Mansour Lane, the first one, he had 4 picks last season. He's good versus the run. He's versatile, can play corner or safety. But that experience is something that you just can't replicate. Stewie, any thoughts on Delane?
All all the words I've heard out of camp is that he's CB1.
Yep.
Yeah.
He came here to be CB1. I don't think he came here to rotate. So I think he's a veteran player, real savvy, got ball skills. He's made plays against Clemson. Like I know for sure that he's CB1. Ashton Stamps is another name that I didn't say earlier, but I'm interested to see where he fits into this because last year, wasn't it? He was a sophomore last year.
Yep,
right?
true sophomore.
So he's a junior now. It's his third year in the program. Like, I want to see what steps he's taken 3 years under Corey Raymond, or is this his second year?
This is his second year under Corey Raymond.
Second year under Raymond. PJ Woodland is a name that I haven't, stopped hearing.
Of course.
Camp.
Yeah, no.
I've heard so many good things about PJ Woodland. I think he's a sleeper in this room because everybody's talking about Delane or DJ Pickett or insert name. They aren't talking about PJ Woodland, and I think he's a name that just in recruiting, I've been on him. I've been saying that this kid was really good. He's got some really good ball skills. Just a knack for playing football. Like, a lot of people don't take that into account. That at the end of the day, you're a football player. Like, you got to be able to do everything that a football player does, and even if he is a little small in stature, he makes it up with attitude.
And he makes plays.
Right.
He's a playmaker.
He's just always around the football.
Yeah.
At the safety position, like I said, A.J. Hollis is the guy. Tamarcus Cooley, very versatile. We talked about it. I think if they can't play Perk in the star and they have to go to a nickel, I think Cooley would be that nickel guy. Taviano, highly touted recruit. Kid's been here.
Needed him when you got him.
Right. When you got him, you had to have him.
Yeah.
Thought he was going to be a corner. Now he's a safety. He came in with the versatility aspect, so it makes sense. I'm interested to see what they do with him this year, just because another player has been here 3 years. At some point, it either clicks or it doesn't. Spears, just a freak of nature, 6'3", 210. That's what you needed in this room.
Yeah.
Another one, when you got him, you had to have him. A.J. Hollisey, just, again, the alpha dog in the room. I think he's the tone setter for that room. He's the
could be even part of the tones of the defense.
Right, that's what I say. He's the tone setter, might be of the defense.
Yeah.
I think on the front line, you got to go Whit Weeks or
of course
Bernard Gooden or one of those real front line, front seven guys. But as far as the full tone setter of the defense, A.J. Hollis is that guy. When he comes down and hits you, he meets you, and he plays a good center field. He's just a veteran, savvy guy. I don't think this defense has many holes. I mean, we'll see once they get on the field and play against another opponent besides themselves. But you saw what Brian Kelly said. There's been iron versus iron.
Yeah.
And iron sharpens iron. So
because it used to be iron versus butter.
Yeah. And we saw those iron versus butter moments.
Oh, yeah.
And so just the veteran presence in the defensive back room, I think will help the most. Just those guys that have played a lot of football.
Yeah. No, I'm with you.
Back to the Delane point, I watched the Virginia Tech Clemson film.
Uh-huh.
And as gashed as the Virginia Tech defense was and got, Delane was definitely one of the standout players on Virginia Tech. There's a few corner blitzes where he almost sacked Cade Klubnik. He jammed one of their receivers one play, covered him up nicely. And as much time as Cade Klubnik had in the pocket, I didn't see Delane really get beat.
Yeah.
I didn't see any downfield passes on him. I saw good tackling from him as well. So Clemson's seen Delane. I like our odds with Delane as cornerback one this season, but especially against Clemson.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I think he's going to be huge, not just for this game, but for this season. I mean, you needed somebody that could come in, be the leader of that cornerback room, and really put his foot down. And he's cemented himself as cornerback one through spring. P.J. Woodland's the next guy I want to talk about. I said dog. He's very physical like that. My one knock against him outside of his size, his weight, is he will get grabby. He'll pull your jersey. There's a handful of PIs in fall camp where he's grabbing a hold, which is part of just kind of, I guess, the mindset of a guy that's always been undersized. You've got to find your ways to be pesky. And Buddy Sanji has a Buddy Sanjiism when he talks about P.J. Woodland and talks about how handsy he is because he's got his hands everywhere. He's very instinctual. I think he is the Corey, he's CoreyRaymond.com, and he's a big-time player, and he's really stepped in, like Landon said in the chat. He's been on that first team. He was last Saturday for the scrimmage we got to see and some of the final practices. He stepped in with that first group. Ashton Stamps, like Stewie said, I'm intrigued to see because I think he made a massive leap from freshman year we got thrown in the deep end to last year as a sophomore, stepping in, having to be cornerback 1 until Zai came back. And I think I want to see what his development looks like from year 2 to year 3. If he can start to get his head around, because he does have 0 interceptions at LSU, which is something that's surprising for as much as he's played. He hasn't been able to make one of those plays. And I think one of the things you've seen is he has not gotten his head around as much. I want to see him be more physical at the line of scrimmage because that Ryan Williams clip that gets played everywhere, where he was in press coverage and then he never pressed him. Like, he never put his hands on him. He gave him a free release. Yeah. And it's just like, if he can do that and be physical, because, I mean, he's 6 foot 190. Yeah. That's the thing that stood out to me when I was looking at this DB room. You got 6 foot 190 Delane, 6 foot 190 Stamp, 6'5", 195 Pickett, 6 foot 190 Jakeem. Like, you've got some big body guys. Woodland's a little bit smaller, but like, and then obviously Turner 6'1", 158. Speaking of smaller frame wise, you've got some bigger, stronger guys. I want to see them be physical, like I know Raymond and Baker probably want them to be. But I think he's developed physically, Stamps has, and I'm intrigued to see what his development continues to look like.
Yeah, I was just rewatching that Baylor, the bowl game, and it was just a couple reps of Stamps, and like, he's in press man, he doesn't get his hands on the receiver, and then the receiver runs like a curl route, and he just like pushes him off of him, and it's like, you got to be more physical. We want to see you be more physical at the line of scrimmage, and I'm sure Corey Raymond, Blake Baker, the whole defensive staff has told all the corners, not just Stamps, like, when we press man, I want you to get hands on somebody. Especially I don't want you to just slide step and let them get a free release. I want you to put hands on them and reroute them and at least give them some type of path of resistance.
I agree. Next up, DJ Pickett, future All-American. When you're talking about upside, might have the highest upside on the team, any position, any player. Like, future first-round pick, All-American, just stud. There's a lot of conversation about if he stays at corner throughout his time at LSU, and I think that just genuinely comes from his size. People see him and think he'll end up being a safety, and maybe at this next level he will, but I think he's a cornerback. I think he'll stay at cornerback. I think Raymond wants him at cornerback. He's a physical freak because he is 6'5", 195, and he is fast. You've seen the clips that came out where he's going step for step with some of the fastest guys LSU has on this roster. And I'm intrigued to see kind of when he's going to play, because I agree with what Glenn West has always said. It's not if, but when. So when will you see DJ Pickett get thrown into the fire? And the more time goes on, the more I think it'll be earlier than people expect. Next up, Jakeem Jackson. He's an instinctual corner. He's a press coverage guy. He's a Corey Raymond guy. He's a really good athlete. I think he'll be a rotational piece. I just really think it comes down to his health. He's gotten banged up in fall camp. He's inexperienced, so you want to get him some experience. But I think he'll be a nice rotational piece to add in, keep guys fresh in that cornerback room. But then safety, I'll just talk about Halsey for a minute. Stud, upside, instincts. Like Blake Baker says, he's the most instinctual player he may have ever coached. Really good versus the run, but like I talked about with Delane, what you missed last year was playmakers. You had players, you needed playmakers to go make the play happen. And I think that's what Delane and Halsey are going to bring to the table. Same with Cooley as well. I think Spears, I love his upside, long, rangy, really good athlete. Gilbert, I'm interested to see where he kind of fits in. Coverage-wise, tackling, all of those things. Will it be star? Will he play out in center field? Or what will he kind of do for LSU? And then Toviano, he's moved all over the place. Feels like he's finally kind of found his position. And we'll see what it looks like. But I have it listed as a B-plus group for the DBs as a whole, cornerbacks and safeties, because I think there's a lot of upside, and they should be a really, really good group. And B-plus, I think, is a big-time improvement from where it's been over the last couple of years. And if I was to talk about what the most improved position group at LSU from 24 to 25, it's safety. Like, I mean, you are night and day better at safety than you were last season. But then looking at Clemson's room, just a couple of the names. Avion Terrell is the one you're going to want to put a star next to, 5'11", 180, the little brother of A.J. Terrell, who got dog walked by Jamar Chase. And then you've got Ashton Hampton, which you also want to put a star next to, 6'2", 200 pounds. He's the bigger guy. You've got Jaden Lucas, 6'2", 200 as well. Brandon Strozier, 6'1", 185. And then at safety, you've got Kylan Griffin, 5'11", 200. Khalil Barnes, 6 foot 200. Ricardo Jones, 6'2", 195. And then Shelton Lewis, who I think will be their nickel guy, or a position they call the tiger position.
Oh, God.
5'11", 185. Avion Terrell, I think he'll be number 8. He used to be number 20. He might have changed numbers this season.
Took Big Bro's number.
Which, I mean, line up against number 1. I want to see what that looks like. Aaron Anderson versus Terrell, number 1 versus number 8. LSU Clemson. It brings some nightmare for Clemson fans. But he had 3 forced fumbles last year, which just shows kind of the instincts he has. He's a really good corner. And my biggest thing is he's not afraid versus the run, being a smaller stature guy. But he's a guy they trust on an island. Like, they'll put him out there one-on-one on an island with – he was getting, like, lined up against Nicholas Harbor last year, who, I mean, talking about physical freaks. Nick Harbor is one of the most freakish players ever. And I think that they trust him on an island. It'll be interesting to see what he looks like. But he's got experience. Hampton's got experience. Ashton Hampton, like I said, 6'2", 200. He's versatile. Can play all over the field. He's really smart. He's a good athlete. And he's got the upside as a bigger corner on the outside. It'll be interesting to see kind of what his development looks like because they talk very, very highly about him from what I've seen. Next up, Kylan Griffin, safety. He's played 363 snaps. He was a depth piece last year, but he's got really good instincts, and they're expecting big things because all I read about him were how high people around the program are.
Is that number 7?
That is number 20, number 18. Number 7 is one Khalil Barnes.
Okay.
He started all 14 games last year, had 4 picks, 5 PBUs, had a pick versus South Carolina, SMU, and Pittsburgh, and he's just got a lot of experience. Your thoughts on number 7, Mr. Khalil Barnes?
I just saw like maybe one clip of someone talking. It was literally a TikTok of Clemson's DBs versus LSU's receivers, and they mentioned Avion Terrell. They mentioned the other corner, number 23. He was a freshman last year.
Yes, Ashton Hampton's going to be true sophomore.
And number 7, and they were saying like this could be like the best secondary in the country, like just like they said about the D line, but it is what it is. I mean, just line it up and see. Like I don't watch much Clemson football.
Right, me neither.
Like
this is the most I've ever watched Clemson.
Right, I'm sitting here watching Avion Terrell though, and he plays football.
Yeah, no, he's a good player.
Like, and those forced fumbles were like strips.
Yes, like
guys
has his hand on the nose of the football.
Right, he's not just like hitting people in force. So he's going to get it. Like he's going to take the ball. So LSU's got a lot to deal with this week. Like it's not just those small, just beating the man in cover, just catching the ball and keeping it in your hands. Like, and we saw in the bowl game, Aaron Anderson got stripped one time. Nuss threw an interception. Like those things cannot happen in this game. And the Nuss interception in that bowl game was atrocious. Like most of his interceptions were last year, where it's like
ugly.
You don't need to throw that ball. Like that ball doesn't, or the ball doesn't even shouldn't have went there. And
when he gets fooled, he gets fooled.
Yeah, like that interception in the bowl game, he got fooled. I think they motioned Aaron Anderson, and they motioned Xavion, ran him on like a out route. The DN drops.
He gets fooled. And Noah and I have talked about that.
And Aaron Anderson's running.
Never sees it.
Wide open by himself. If he just a simple flip, Aaron Anderson's probably still running, but he was
predetermined Madden
yes.
throw.
Right.
Yes.
And he was like, "I'm throwing it there. I don't care." And
if he
DN dropped and
I've been hesitant to even bring it up on the show just in case that ever gets back because that's his fucking bugaboo.
Oh, that's his vice.
That's his kryptonite.
South Carolina, Alabama, and Baylor. You saw the same because the South Carolina one was a safety that they put up on the line and then just dropped it back, and he just never saw it, never identified it.
If that interception would have counted against South Carolina, that game is over. Like they ran that, he ran that all the way back. That dude's still running.
You were lucky to be 8-4.
Yeah,
like so lucky because you shouldn't have beat Ole Miss, shouldn't have beat South Carolina. Like then you're what 6-6.
But like the thing that upsets me with Nuss is like every game he will make a throw that will make you feel like,
oh my gosh, the Aaron Anderson touchdown against Florida.
The Aaron Anderson touchdown against Ole Miss.
Yes, like
he wasn't even out of his break.
No,
and the ball is like.
But that's who he is.
Floating. floating. He's floating the ball over people. He's
On
layering
4th
the
and
ball.
5.
Right, and it's like if he could be that guy every play
That's the best player in the country.
and
That's
not
why,
be the Nussmeier of 2021, where he just came in the game and it was like, all right, I'm about to sling this thing, coach. I don't know where it's going, but it's gonna look
Jack
good.
Besh is down there somewhere.
Right,
Yeah.
like
God bless it.
Kayshawn's out
That
there
was the
somewhere.
most exciting touchdown of the year.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
Was that Arkansas?
Yes.
When
Yeah.
he came in the second series, and you're like, holy shit. Like,
Bros-
I get it. Like,
bros-
whatever you're doing at practice, like, see it.
Like if you didn't know and you just went out there and you're like, who's number 5? Like,
Exactly.
So, bro, like, does it?
No, I mean the one he threw against Ole Miss at the end of that game in 21, where he put it on a rope to Malik in the back of the end zone. Like
Yeah.
it was a fastball, and I was like, oh my gosh.
I
Yeah,
mean,
the talent's there.
When I
Yeah.
saw him throw that
That
ball
ball.
against Georgia in the SEC championship, together,
Yes, he came in
threw
and-
one like I thought it was gonna hit the jumbotron.
Yeah.
he
Kayshawn.
right? Like he's just throwing dots in there, and then
But that-
we
and
got
that
Jaden. He's gonna win a Heisman next year. So
And that might be part of, like, who he is because he's coming in so many spots where it didn't matter.
He was free.
Right, and
There's
so
no pressure.
that's the good and bad part of him. He plays kind of, I wouldn't say the same way, but he makes some throws where it's like it don't matter.
Well, yeah, I've seen this work before when it didn't like. It worked then, and so it's just kind of like, well, maybe it's just going to work every time.
Just needs to find that happy medium.
Is it always this easy?
yeah,
That happy medium is like
But you're not surprising anybody anymore.
You sound disgusting. Yeah, no. Everybody, they're scouting for you. They know you now.
happy ending or happy medium?
the
Happy
medium
ending.
of like Nuss is slinging
Edging?
and like he's also like not slinging.
Yeah. Well,
He's taking
all he
it,
needs to do is cut the turnovers. If he could
Got
cut
to.
the turnovers,
Yes.
again, everybody's projecting him to be the number 1 overall pick or a top 5 pick. If he cuts the turnovers,
I've never
he
seen
will.
somebody more controversial.
Yes. I mean, you're either like there's no gray area. You
No.
either love him
Or you
or
hate
you
him.
think he's not very good. And like when you watch the bad film, it is
Yeah, there's
Bad.
some damn
It's
like
bad.
Stewie brought it up perfectly. It's like
Like-
why'd you throw it there?
Like, the interception against A&M at the end of the game is
when
what?
he grabs his helmet.
Yeah, it's like what 36-24.
right.
And I mean, brother, Josh Williams is not open. Like he is not.
No,
like not even
blanketed.
close to be open.
And that's
being
him
open.
trying to,
And
like-
he's just like, here
Yeah.
you go.
Was that was it a screen?
Yes, and then
But that's him trying to be safe with it. That's what's the concerning
Right.
part
what did he
is.
throw? 3 interceptions in that game?
Yes, and well, the one
Oh,
that,
he should have had like 5.
the one that that blew me away was the one against Ole Miss. Like Zai just got that pick in the end zone, first snap the other way,
He's thinking
and he just threw it up into triple coverage, and I was like,
Like that, like those plays you can't make as a second year,
Right.
What,
and those are the
fifth
ones
year
that
player.
we're assuming are gone.
The
Like,
guys that
this
have
is
to
getting
be.
into like a negative Nuss show,
right.
but
no. I love not like
No, I love Nuss. I think Nuss is, if not the best quarterback in the country, he is top 3.
but we've also been glazing him for a while. But that shit ain't leaving. He's gonna make mistakes
Yes.
because you don't. That's what makes him special.
Well, it's
Is
just
the
gotta-
throw into triple coverage, but
Right.
it's also the throw against Ole Miss. Like the second time, whenever
Yes.
you find Aaron Anderson when
When it
nobody's
works.
looking for the football, and it's like Aaron Anderson whips his head around on 4th and 5. All you need 6, touchdown. Like you're
Yeah,
gonna
you
win
just
you more games than you're gonna lose, but there's gonna be some spots where you're like, "Fuck, man."
it just can't be 12 picks again. Like if you're,
Is 12
he's
a
gonna
lot?
make mistakes, yeah.
12 is a lot.
He did throw the most passes in the SEC.
That's,
Right, yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean,
he threw it
it's-
525
When you're
times.
talking about the ratio, it's probably so like you have to take some of those throws off his hand, so it's not 12 and it's 8.
Yeah.
Like
Well, and you also didn't have a run game, so like,
right, so
well, you never tried to.
there's a
Yeah,
lot of
well,
things from a
but, like,
scheme perspective
yeah.
that have to take the
And
pressure off of his shoulders.
I'd say like in that A&M game, they
that got loud.
okay, it got loud, but like I would say from an offensive, like a schematical perspective, they kept running the same plays. And so like if you keep running the same plays, like if I
We'll
keep
figure it out.
if I keep running a 5-yard stop, if I keep running hitches,
That's because they couldn't block him.
the cornerback is gonna figure out that hey,
I'm
they're
gonna take a
running,
chance.
they're running hitches, so he's gonna gamble. If you throw a hitch 5 times, on the 6th time, I guarantee you the
Yeah.
cornerback is gonna take a gamble. And LSU was running hitches probably every first down in that game.
That was their
'Cause they-
favorite
because they
play.
couldn't run the ball,
Yeah.
so it's like, okay, this is an extension of the run game.
Quick
if
one.
we could get 5 yards, it's cool. So it just kept running it, and
At some
lo and
point-
behold, that corner's just sitting there,
Right,
like,
waiting on it.
I'm waiting on this. So if they could scheme up Clemson
Right.
And, like, just get a little bit better schematically because I think sometimes I will say Joe Sloan kind of gets caught in the game.
Yeah, and he gets very vanilla and very.
And it's like, well, we have a lot of weapons
many
around
weapons.
us. We could, scheme somebody open. We could throw a pop pass,
Right.
man. Like, do something else.
And
but not all hitch.
My thought was like, and the conversation last year was, Blake Baker did more with less. Sloan somewhat did less with more. And that's the fear of him doing that this season is now you've given them both all the weapons. Make the most out of it. Get as much juice out of that squeeze as you can.
And I think
and Sabrion, I love the point he made, is that Klubnik does the same, like the conversation we're having on Nussmeier.
Brother.
You can turn the film on Klubnik. I read a lot about him for the quarterback day. Like, he makes some of those same mistakes. He gets flustered. He'll do some of these similar things. The only advantage he has is he's much more willing to run. So Clemson, I guarantee you, is going to have the same conversations that we're having. And I think it's going to be a big-time matchup. I know it's going to be a big-time matchup. And I'm interested to see how all these things kind of play out on Saturday. So
and I think that's something we probably – I mean, I don't know if we talked about it, but, like, that's going to play a factor in this game. That Klubnik's legs are
yes.
big.
Oh, yeah.
Just because of the way LSU played against mobile quarterbacks last year, I think Clemson's going to – you're going to see 10 design runs just for Klubnik.
We said the same thing. And we talked about it. Like, you're going to see one on the first drive.
Yeah. Oh.
Like the second they get the ball, they're going to see
the first three plays, one of them's going to be Klubnik run.
Will this
might
work?
go QB power play 2.
Yeah, play 1.
Well, yeah, like let's
just see if it works.
Right.
See if they figured it out or not.
Or
Because if they haven't, then
maybe a quick little read option with a slant on the backside of it, like
RPO.
some type of RPO.
Yeah. So we'll see. I'm excited to get on the road, get over to Clemson. We will have a show tomorrow. What it looks like, we're still figuring out, but there will be a show. We will get content out to you.
Tom made sure.
Because it's the day before game day. We can't just take the day off and make it a travel day. We'll have a show then, but we definitely will have pregame, postgame on Saturday, LSU Clemson. Make sure you're tuned in. We'll be live from Clemson, South Carolina. We'll be at the game. Head right back over to the Airbnb and hop on the stream and talk to you guys. So appreciate y'all. The Discord link is at the top of the chat. So if you want to be in there and you're not, go get on it. Hit that link and get in there. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. We will be back tomorrow morning. I don't know if it'll be at 7, but at some point tomorrow. So make sure you're alert.
We have to connect athletically.
Oh, we do. I forgot about that.
As we're running straight into Athletic Connections.
Landon Bruin, I want to see Christian fight a Clemson fan.
That could possibly happen.
We'll see what we can do.
There's going to be a lot of Christian mingle going on.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we're more interested in. Snapchat.
A lot of jump shots.
What's your snap?
Shooting the piss out the ball.
Run the damn ball, son.
Double dribble, goaltend, backcourt, and travel.
Okay.
We've got color commentary, play-by-play, studio, and sideline.
Color?
Yeah.
There it is. I don't see color, Stewie.
Me neither. Golf as tennis. Sabalenka, yep.
And I would assume,
Yeah, that's something that I did, but it's not wrong.
There you go.
Women's singles.
La Liga.
LA Clippers at LA Coliseum. We appreciate you guys.
La Ligma.
We'll be back tomorrow at some point. Make sure you
hit the fucking bell so you know when we ring that bell.
And you'll know.
Spot the ball.
Oh my gosh. LSU, Clemson, Saturday night, Clemson, South Carolina. Spot the ball, line it up. Let's go.
Stadium pulse is high.
Can't wait.
Tingle and
Can't
Co.
wait. Tingle and Co. Tingle and go.
On the road because
go.
No.
Oh gosh, no.
Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the car. Oh, Sweeney's got that drip,
Where's the volume?
and now he's on TikTok.
Oh, it's worse without
Hickory
it
dickory
somehow.
dock. The mouse.
Where is his audio? Oh, he's 12. Oh no. I mean, actually, he's 12. What was 13? Oh.
This was like my
Hickory dickory dock. The mouse ran up the clock. Coach Sweeney's got that drip, and now he's on TikTok. Hickory dickory dock.
Do
The
not
mouse
lose to
ran
this
up
man.
The clock. Coach Sweeney's got that drip.
Wake up,
And
man.
now
The new Dabo
he's on
drip just
TikTok.
dropped.
Can't lose to him. Can't lose to him.
Check on your friends and family and your brothers.